Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another live stream unboxing. I have two packages to open today. I could have done a live stream unboxing yesterday, but I decided to wait for the other package to arrive, and what do you know, it showed up on time. I originally had this live stream set for 1:30, but I had to actually go and grab the package. It didn't come to the porch, so I had to, take the little bit of extra time to go and grab it and then come back. So just letting you know, that's why the review got, or that's why this live stream got a little bit delayed, because I had to actually go and get the package itself. It did arrive on time. It's just that we just experienced a slight delay. So yeah, I'm doing good. Firewall, thank you for joining. I'm doing fine. I'm just really tired. Just a lot of stuff in my life just kind of starting to overwhelm me a little bit, so I wanted to take the time in this live stream to just kind of decompress and try not to think too much about stuff going on outside of, during life. Just take the time to go in and just relax with some action figures. So anyway, that's what's going on today. One of the clone commandos. Perhaps, maybe it is. This guy is having a hard time holding his gun. For anyone who's watching this who didn't watch my previous live stream unboxing, I unboxed the Mcfarlane Toys Doomslayer Ember skin, where it's him but on fire. I liked the way how it turned out, and I'll have a review coming out on this as a double review with another Doom figure I have on the way, the white armored Doomslayer, which that's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. Hopefully it ships out soon. I'm hoping it does. But yeah, very nice figure. Haven't been feeling good yourself lately. Yeah, I hope you also feel better soon, Firewall. Also, Firewall, last time, right as I was shutting down the live stream, you asked to take a look at the Lego Wolverine mech. So I wasn't able to show it off because I didn't see your message till after I was done with the live. But here's the Lego Wolverine. I love how excessive the claws are. Part of me says to be more proportionate, they should have been shorter, but part of me likes the excessive long claws. Yeah, I like Wolverine. Wolverine's one of my favorite, the favorite X-Men character of mine besides Gambit. I like Wolverine. He's a good character. So I definitely wanted to pick up this Lego set, especially with how few Lego sets we get for the X-Men nowadays. Also, I've never had this minifigure before. I've never had I know they've had a couple come out, but I've never had a Wolverine in this with this comic book outfit. I've never had a Wolverine Lego minifigure with this comic book accurate mask and everything. So really happy to get this thing. Really happy to get the Wolverine mech. Yeah, this set was almost canceled by Lego. They almost canceled this set because they were like, "Oh, there's some stability issues with the set and it doesn't stand up or something." And then Lego fans, including myself, freaked out. Like, "Wait, what? These are like the best looking Lego mechs coming out, especially the Wolverine." And then finally, they and then Lego announced that they were not canceling them. They just went in and they redesigned a little bit of the design. So they were a little more stable, even though I don't think it really mattered. And so we ended up getting the sets that were going to be canceled this year, but they weren't. So I'm really happy that I got the Wolverine. And again, I feel like this is the best looking one in terms of both its colors, the Wolverine helmet, and just overall, I love the way how it came out. So yeah, just wanted to show that off because you mentioned about it last time, Firewall, and I didn't see the message until last minute. So yeah. Someone didn't like these sets or called them something these characters will never use. Part of me does think that it is something that the heroes would never use, but hey, joke's on them because they have a comic series out right now called Marvel Mech Strike, where literally every single character is inside of a mech and they're all fighting each other. So, go figure. I mean, speaking of comic books, I do have a few new comics to show off. Well, some of these are new for me, but some of these are older comics to read. So I wanted to show you guys some of these new comics that I got lately. Let's see, there was this one, there was this one, and this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, I've got all the new comics in my hands now. And I have these in order of when I got them, by the way. So yeah, I heard people, just making sure there wasn't some chats. SH Figure Arts is doing some original stuff with the Marvel characters, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, comic books. One, I recently got two old comics that my dad gave me from a bin of old stuff of his. One of the comic books within that bin was so these are old comics. One of them is really old and one of them's semi-old. So we have an original Masters of the Universe mini comic. These were the old mini comics that used to come with the action figures back in the day. And this is the Secret Liquid of Life one, where it's He-Man versus Geldor. Yeah, Geldor, right there, Geldor. But yeah, it's a nice little mini comic. I think these were made by like DC Comics or something. Why isn't the camera focusing? There we go. There we go. We're trying to get that light glare out of there. So yeah, I made a bag and board for it, so it should be pretty good. So yeah, there is that. And then I also got this old comic from 2002. This is the Peter Parker Spider-Man issue number 49, and it's mint sealed too. This is a comic book that is mint sealed. I have it within 2 layers of plastic, so it stays nice and mint condition. And yeah, it's an older comic from 2002. And don't be fooled. This isn't Venom on the front cover. I did my research on what this comic is about. So this comic is about some kind of evil scientist guy who wants to steal some kind of artifact that this lady has. Spider-Man comes in to help her out. And then there's this nanotech virus that this guy uses, and it turns him into this nanotech-like monster thing. And that's what this is. This is like nanotech slimy monster thing. It's not Venom, even though it looks like Venom, and I still think it's kind of dumb. But still, the cover looks good, and you wouldn't have known that it was that guy if I didn't tell you. Everyone thinks it's Venom. I thought it was Venom, and I'm just gonna say it's Venom whenever people look at it, just because it's cooler than scientists with nanotech. Next comic I managed to find a comic from the Warhammer series. I found the Marvel's Warhammer issue number 3 of Marinus Calgar. So I've been really interested in reading this, finding some Warhammer reading material, and so this was one that I thought I could start with. And I still have that Sisters of War one as well, or Sisters of Battle. So I've got 2 Warhammer comic books that I can read. So very nice little selection right there as well. Next comic, I also got these ones right here. So this was in one of those Walmart 3-packs, like I've mentioned before. So I got a Inferno one. It's supposed to be a spin-off series to the X-Men stuff. It's issue number 4 of Inferno. This is what the cover looks like. The art doesn't look too bad. I'll have to read it and see if this is a good read. It's got an ad at the back for Lego Star Wars. But yeah, hopefully it's a good read. Who knows? Who knows? But it is a thicker, more thicker material. It's a lot thicker comic, so it's like a little bit longer of a read. Hopefully it's good. And then I also got this one, though I think this guy's name is Shatterstar. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this X-Men character is Shatterstar. This is part of the X-Force Killshot series. I believe this guy on the front is Shatterstar, if I'm correct. Something like that. Correct me in the comments if you want to correct me on that, but I believe that's who he is. Again, I don't read a whole lot of X-Men comics, so I don't know a whole lot about some of these characters, but it was that one. I also within that 3-pack, I got, this was the one that convinced me to buy the 3-pack. I got issue number 1, the variant edition of Venom Lethal Protector, issue 1. And I do have the second issue of this. So I had the second issue, and then I found this first issue where it had the special cover. So I thought this is an immediate buy for me. So really like how that came out too. And I have the second issue right on the back. So very nice comic book right there. I love Venom. Venom's a great character. Always. Okay, Shatterstar. His name is Shatterstar. All right. And then I also just picked up the next comic that I needed in the Gunslinger Spawn series. This is Gunslinger Spawn issue number 6. All I know about this comic is, just based on the front cover, this is where Gunslinger Spawn runs into one of Spawn's most sinister villains, the Clown. So, / Violator, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, so hopefully this is a good read. I'm curious as to know what Gunslinger Spawn does when he meets this villain, because I know that he's kind of a, Clown is kind of an iconic villain within the Spawn universe. Oh, crap. Dropped that one. This is why we have bags and boards, people. And then I also picked up, there they are. I also picked up now this was a random one to pick up, but I picked it up specifically because I love this cover art on this comic. And also, I heard this comic is actually pretty good because it tells the origins of this character, at least from this particular universe. It's the Masters of the Universe Revelation issue number 2 of the Revelation series by Dark Horse Comics. I think it should be quite obvious why I picked this cover for this comic. I really like the way how this cover has Skeletor with Snake Mountain and the lava, and I just love Skeletor. And this comic supposedly tells the backstory of Skeletor in this Revelation universe. I don't know if that's the same as the original cartoon or the rebooted cartoon. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, my mic muted for a second. So I was confused. Because I just saw the little notification go like, you're muted. I was like, wait, what the? We need more Spawn media that's not just the comics. It is true. Spawn also crossovered with the Invincible universe. Yeah, I did. I actually saw that comic. I was kind of interested, but also kind of not. I'll probably get into the Invincible comics eventually, but as of right now, I'm gonna wait. I did watch the Invincible cartoon though. I did like that. We do need some more Spawn media. We could really use a new Spawn cartoon at least. I did watch the original Spawn cartoon from a while ago. I found some kind of website that had it, and so I tried watching it. So, yeah. I did watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. And then obviously I've been reading the comics. And then next comic book, I also picked up Transformers War's End, issue number 4. As you can see, I liked this cover because it featured the Transformers Victory character of Deathsaurus. He's the main villain of this War's End, or at least one of the main villains of this War's End series. Now, I'm not quite so sure if this series takes place after the events of the whole, 86 movie event type stuff where it's like the end, like the literal War's End, or if this is War's End before they go to Earth. I'm pretty sure it's the other option. But really interesting series. I read the first couple issues, and so this is just the next one to read in that series. And then to start another series, I also found the Marvel's Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. It's a brand new first issue that came out not that long ago. Wondering if this will be a good one to read, which is why I picked it up, because I do like Moon Knight, and I would like to get started on a new Marvel series. So here's another Moon Knight comic to get started on. Should really read the Invincible comics. Yeah. Maybe the new TV show. Yes, the original is good, but it's hard to find. All right, and then finally the last two comic books I got. These are the bigger like volumes where they're like the more thicker like actual like graphic novel like books. This is volume 2 of Transformers Till All Are One. It's that, that really big series that revolves around like Windblade and like Blur and like a bunch of the iconic IDW characters, Swerve and Swindle and a couple other characters. It's got a lot of stuff in here that I think is really nice. It's got like features like Starscream, Knockout, Ironhide. Like, it takes place around that time when Starscream's trying to be the ruler of Cybertron and Windblade's trying to be a ruler of Cybertron. I believe this series came out sometime during the Prime Wars trilogy. So that kind of tells you how old this is, or like from how far back it is. But it is a thicker volume. It's the volume 2, but it's a thicker volume. So just to kind of get the point across that it's a volume, not a comic issue. It's a volume of multiple issues. I have issues. And then finally, my number one most anticipated comic of all of this is another volume. I picked up the Transformers Beast Wars volume 2 from the IDW Beast Wars series. I read all of volume 1 and I really liked it, and this is volume 2, so I'm able to continue my Beast Wars series within this very lovely artwork covered book here. Really like the way this came out. I like the art style and everything of this series, and it looks to be a really interesting read. I really do like this series. And whoa, some of this artwork looks so good. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that Optimus Primal right there. That looks amazing. So anyway, that is really it for the comic book segment. For some reason, it's become a theme now to have a comic book segment during the live streams. But anyway, we'll get into the two packages. I have the one package from GameStop. Don't want to dox myself there. Be careful. And then I also have another one here from eBay. This is a figure that I bought used, so I'll open this one first because it has no box or anything. But this is a figure that I've wanted for a little while. And just a quick hint as to what's in these boxes. Both of these figures are comic book related. But yeah. And then you wanted to get into Godzilla comics, but you don't like it when it's too human heavy. Highly suggest you read IDW's Godzilla in Hell. Features no humans and only Godzilla. Godzilla. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. It's just, as you can see, I have a huge backlog of comics to read before I can move on to reading more. So I'm going to go and read through a lot of those first, and then I'll start thinking about other series and stuff that I can start. But I'll definitely make note of that. So any guesses as to what is in these two packages? Because they're both video game related packages, and you also know from the title that it's Star Wars and Mcfarlane toys. So it should really narrow it down for you as to what's in these packages. There's that. And yeah, again, I bought this figure used, so it doesn't have a box, but it looks like the previous owner wrapped it in a whole crap ton of bubble wrap. So let's see if we can get this open. A lot of tape. I will say this, the seller wrapped this pretty well, so I highly doubt this thing is damaged, but then again, this is a Mcfarlane Toys figure, and their plastic has been known to be quite durable. So I highly doubt this thing has received any damage in transit, no matter how much packing material. Ugh, there's more packing material. Ugh. This is making more of a mess than I thought. There he is. Ooh. His base is in there as well. Ooh, that looks good. And also, I technically got this figure on a deal. The seller was originally selling this guy for like $40, but I best offered them, and then they accepted my offer. I ended up getting this guy for 25 instead of 40. So I think I did a pretty good job on that. And I'm just testing the joints to see how the figure feels. Really good, actually. Really love the paint. My gosh. Wow. This is a really good figure. I feel like the posability on this guy is a lot better than some of the other figures I've gotten from this company, from Mcfarlane Toys. That looks good. This feels good. Waist swivel's a little hindered, but it's still doable. Hips can kick forward, back, out to the side. Slight thigh swivel, knee swivel, bend at the knee. I feel like this guy's a lot more posable than some of those other figures. Ankle pivot is a lot better than the other one. Dang. And then he's got his weapon here. The weapon looks really cool too. Dang, that looks great. I will admit though, the weapon feels a little more rubbery than I thought it would be. Hope that's not a issue of it like sitting out in the sun or something, but maybe I can try solidifying that later, and then let me attach the base on it. Man, I really already like this thing, and I'm going to do a separate video on it separated from the other figures, but this is the Mcfarlane Toys Doom Marauder. This is the Marauder from Doom Eternal. I've always loved the Marauder from Doom Eternal. I thought this was a really cool character that they introduced. He has a cool voice, and he has a really cool axe blade, and and he's kind of like a mini boss that you attempt to find. But for some reason, this is the only bad guy figure they ever made from the Doom game. From Mcfarlane Toys, for some reason, never made Imps or even a Samuel Hayden or any of those guys. But this was the only bad guy they made, but am I glad that they did make this the Marauder. I love the way how the Marauder came out. And I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and a lot of people did mention about how this guy looks a lot like a... I always think, part of me always... I'm getting off topic. A lot of people mentioned in the reviews that I saw on this guy that this guy looks a lot like a Spawn figure. Like, he looks a lot like a Spawn figure of some kind. Yeah, I got this guy because I legitimately wanted it, and also I wanted to have someone for my Doomslayer to go up against and brawl with, so really happy I picked up the Marauder. I'm going to have a separate video on this guy. This guy is not going to be double reviewed with any other Doom-related figures. Like, he's not going to be double reviewed with any of the Doomslayers. I'm going to keep the Doomslayers on their own, but because this guy is a brand new mold, that gives me the excuse to have him as a review on his own and not a double review. So just letting you know, this guy will be reviewed, just reviewed on his own. Just so that is made clear. Love the axe. I don't think maybe I mentioned it, but I love the axe. But something that this guy can do that the Doomslayer figure cannot is not just that this guy's got a little bit better posability, but also this guy can actually wield his weapon with both hands, which was a problem with the Doom guy, was that he couldn't even double wield his double shotgun, but I love how this guy can actually double wield his axe. Very phenomenal looking figure, and I'm already really happy with him, even right out of the box. But I'm not happy with the mess he left behind. Get in there. Get in the garbage. All right. Now let's get into the other package. And again, just on the thumbnail, this is from GameStop. Just to make that known, this is from GameStop. And this package was actually supposed to come a couple weeks ago, or the beginning of this week on Monday. But for some reason, they had a hard time getting it to me. There were some kind of transit issues, and they were like, "Oh, we can't deliver your package because of blah and blah and blah." And then I had to go in and call GameStop and like, "Hey, this people you sent my package to are having a hard time finding where I live. So is there a way that you could resend them an address or something? And so they did that. And then cut to a couple days later, they finally got the actual address. I don't know where they got the other address, but they got the real one. And then they sent the package to me, and here it is. It's finally here in person. And was it worth all that trouble? Well, I have to open the figure first to actually know, but this is the... Was he a regular release or was he like a deluxe release? The Marauder was just a normal release. It's just the thing was he kept selling out everywhere. So like he was just a regular release, but he just kept selling out a whole ton. So yeah, this is the Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats Star Wars Battlefront 2 Umbra Operative ARC Trooper. So you were close, Firewall, on it being one of the commandos. I would have loved for it to be one of the commando troopers, but it is actually the clone. It is an ARC Trooper from Star Wars Battlefront 2. I love this skin. The Enforcer on Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the ARC Trooper, and you could give him multiple different skins, and this was one of the Battlefront 2 original skins you could apply onto the Trooper, and I love how this figure came out. He looks really good. I'm actually going to open him up right now. Let me put my knife over here. Careful with that. Slide him on out. There we go. Ooh, get those pistols in there. Put his pistols in the holsters. Really glad this guy actually has legit pistols, not guns that are molded into the holsters. There we go. Doesn't look... Oh, that's interesting. He doesn't have a removable helmet, but I'll mention this in the review, but he has a black blank head underneath the helmet, and the helmet is glued onto it. So it is the newer clone body mold. That looks great. It'll focus. Camera. Webcam. Focus. Focus on the trooper. Focus him. Whatever. I give up on this webcam. But yeah, there's the Umbra Operative. He's in this black and orange color scheme. Kind of reminds me of the Punisher, but like as if he was in Star Wars. So like it really does remind me of like Punisher, but if it was a Star Wars Punisher and he's a clone trooper. So yeah, now that I have the Marauder, bam, these two can go up against each other. You are never one of us. You are nothing but a false idol, a usurper. That's one of the lines that this guy says in the video game when he first gets introduced into the game. So anyway, that is really it for the live stream unboxing. I don't really have much else to talk about. I already went over all the comics. I went over the figures. Oh, I did want to mention Firewall. Just be careful when handling the elbows so you don't accidentally cut off the elbow strap. Oh, you're talking about the clone trooper, the little orange elbow strap right there. Yeah. I was already made aware of that by one of my friends who also ordered one of these figures. So yeah, I was already made aware of the elbow strap. I'll be sure to keep my eye on it. But yeah. One other thing I wanted to mention before this video is not live anymore. Firewall. I have one other review coming out either today or tomorrow. Depends on how well I'm going to edit it and how fast I can edit it. Hopefully later today, because I need to still get it edited and then I need it to upload. So hopefully today it'll come out. And then, and if not, then I'll delay it to tomorrow. But I have the double review between Waspinator and the Legacy Buzzsaw coming out tomorrow. or whenever. That's the next review. And then after those two, I then have the special July 4th review coming out. And it's, specifically for you. It's the video that like you've been kind of requesting. So just to give you a bit of a hint as to what I'm saying, you remember what we talked about a little while ago. I said that this was going to be my special July 4th video. And I'm going to mention this live stream a whole lot because we mentioned it in the live stream and we talked about it a whole lot. And but yeah, I'm going to be reviewing the American Gundam, the American test type, or the RX-78-2 American type mobile suit Gundam entry grade model kit. And hopefully you guys enjoy it for the video that I'll do for that on July 4th. So anyway, that is basically it for this live stream unboxing. I thank you for watching, anyone who is watching this live stream. And thank you, Firewall, for joining in the chat and always being there. I will be sure to give you some kind of shout out in the American Gundam, Gundam model kit review. Can he hold Iguanus's gun? No, doesn't look like he can. Well, maybe if I use the 5mm port. Why Iguanus's gun? Just out of curiosity, like of all characters, why Iguanus? Ooh. Yep, that 3mm peg fits. If it'll focus. Anyway, you get the idea. It's a little blurry, but you can see it does fit into Iguanus's hand. Now that's making me wonder, can Iguanus hold... No. I wanted to see if Iguanus could hold the RX-78's rifle, but no, it doesn't. Dang it. All right, I'll just give that back to him. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that next. And yeah, again, thank you for joining me on this live stream unboxing. I always appreciate when you show up. And yeah, that is basically it for this video. Take a longer blast effect into the 5mm holding him a lightsaber. Yeah. But it's all good. I don't need a blade. I don't need a sword for my RX-78-2. But anyway, thank you all for joining on the live stream. Thank you all for watching. And I'm going to try to get to work right after this live stream. I'm going to get to work right on editing the next video. And then I'll try to record the model kit review tomorrow so it's ready for the 4th. And yeah, take care, Firewall. Till all are one, and I'll catch you guys